Assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's been a really long time since I posted. I'm really sorry about that. There are a few reviews I was supposed to do during the month of Ramadan and a little bit before Ramadan, and unfortunately, my family was going through a really tough time. And we had basically nonstop family emergencies since like a month before Ramadan until like recently. And then I've had health issues. And then right when I was about to finally do this review, I got a throat infection and had to go on antibiotics. I'm still on antibiotics right now, but alhamdulillah, like, I'm doing a lot better. I'm just really exhausted. But so I wanted to do this review. I'm going to combine two reviews in this video. I don't normally do that, but given the topic of both of the reviews, I felt that it would be okay to combine them in this case. So during the month of Ramadan, during May, it was also EhlersDanlos Awareness Month and Invisible Disability Awareness Month. And just before Ramadan, a month maybe before Ramadan, I received this necklace from A.W.A.R.E Causes. So what A.W.A.R.E Causes is they sell these triangle-shaped necklaces that say A.W.A.R.E, and they come in different colors. And the one that I got is white, and that's the symbol for invisible illnesses. This Friday, inshallah, I finally go and see a specialist for my ehlers-danlos, which is a congenital disorder that it affects your collagen in your body. It makes you too flexible. My joints dislocate very easily, or partially dislocate. My thumb was partially dislocated a week ago. My shoulder was partially dislocated yesterday. And it causes a lot of pain issues. It causes a lot of bruising and scarring, and it can affect your heart and your other vital organs as well. Please make dua for me that I don't have the kind that can affect my heart or my organs or my vasculature system. We won't know until after I do a blood test exactly what kind I have. But so on top of that, there's a lot of what we call comorbidity, which is when you have one rare disorder, you're more likely to have other rare disorders. So people that have rare disorders like Ehlers-Danlos, especially because they're invisible disabilities and people can't necessarily look at you and see that you're disabled, we get accused a lot of like faking the fact that we're disabled, or people saying like you can't be as sick as you say you are and stuff like that. Some of the things that are comorbid with Ehlers-Danlos are things like fibromyalgia, which is a pain disorder that affects your nerves, which I also have. Something called P.O.T.S, which is a pulmonary disorder, where anytime you sit up or... Sorry. That's my alarm to practice my breathing because I have a vocal cord dysfunction and can't breathe correctly. But P.O.T.S is a pulmonary disorder where you, whenever you sit up or you stand up or you do things like ride on roller coasters, apparently, it causes extreme dizziness, can make you pass out, a lot of things. So I have all of these, and on top of that, I have I have a cholesterol issue that obviously people can't tell that I have. And I have mental health disorders. So whenever A.W.A.R.E wanted to partner with me, instead of getting the Ehlers-Danlos necklace, which is black and white stripes like a zebra, and that's because we're considered zebras, or like medical zebras, because when doctors are taught how to diagnose, they're told to look for horses, not zebras, because zebras aren't common. So that's why we're called zebras and we get the black and white stripes. But I went with the white one for invisible illness instead because I have so many comorbid issues, and I have mental health disorders. And so I felt that invisible illness was more apt for my overall kind of diagnosis that I would have when it came to getting one of these necklaces. What A.W.A.R.E Causes does is they donate a portion of their proceeds to helping organizations that like do research on these illnesses and help people. You can get necklaces for different forms of cancer. You can get it for MS. You can get it for different mental health disorders, ehlers-danlos. You can get it for autism, I think. There's a long list of different things that you can get one of these A.W.A.R.E necklaces for. And I definitely recommend, if you have some sort of disorder and you want people to learn more about it and be more aware about it, or if you know somebody who has a disorder and you want to show support for them and for other people with a disorder, I would recommend checking out A.W.A.R.E and taking a look at all of their necklaces and all of their information and everything they do. I think that it's really awesome. And if you check out their Instagram page, they put up pictures of people like me with their necklaces, and with kind of their story, so that way people can see like, hey, these are real human beings that have these problems, and that need to be recognized and seen as people, as opposed to just making things up like a lot of healthy people think we are, unfortunately. The second review that I have, really quick on this necklace, is I've worn it a lot, and you guys know that I think I've mentioned I have a really bad Nickelology, and I've not reacted to this. This is very good quality necklace. I will say you have to be a little careful because the edges on the corners can be a little sharp, so you just want to be careful about that. The other thing that I was reviewing is, as you guys can see, I'm wearing a corset. So one of the things that I've figured out to manage my Ehlers-Danlos a little bit better is wearing corsets. I started wearing underbust corsets, which are corsets that just go from here down. But then I realized that while the bottom of my spine was supported and my hips were supported, my upper spine was not. So I contacted Corsettery, which is a corset making company that's based in the United States. I believe they're based in Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those two. I'm not good with geography, sorry guys. And was like, hey, I have this disorder. I'm going to, I want to make people more aware about what this is and things that people can do to help with it, and things like that. And I would really like a couple of your corsets to help me be able to manage my symptoms. And they were like, yeah, that's awesome. We totally want to do that. And so they sent me two corsets. One is this one, which is an underbust, but it's got a full back all the way up, which means that it supports my upper spine. And then they also sent me an overbust corset, so then it goes further up my back and supports my upper spine. So I wanted to give a review of these. Let me tilt this a bit. There we go. So this corset, like I said, it's an underbust, but it goes all the way up the back. It does have like a vampire collar, which I was hoping that they wouldn't include, because I think it's kind of weird. But that's just me. Like, a lot of people who like this kind of Victorian type corset look do like it, especially the like more gothic community. I'm just not a fan, so usually I flip it inside. I might remove it, just so that way I don't have to deal with the extra bulk of it. But the corset's very comfortable. In general, with corsets, it takes about like 2 weeks to a month to break your corset in. For someone with Ehlers-Danlos, it can be a little bit weird to break in a corset because your body will adjust to the corset a lot faster than the corset will adjust to your body. So when you're breaking in a corset, it means that it makes the fabric and the boning inside of it more pliable, and shape more naturally to your body's shape in order to make it more comfortable. So the issue that you run into when you have a collagen disorder is that your joints and your bones all move a lot more easily, which means that corsets will shape my body really quickly, but the corset itself will not adjust and shape itself to my body shape as quickly as my body is changing. However, when it comes to having these corsets, they've been a huge, huge help. Like, even if I just wear it for a couple of hours a day, that is like 2 hours where my spine is in alignment and it's supported, and I don't have to worry about my spine just going out of place and me not having a way to put it back into place because no one's home, or like, or maybe I can't get it to just pop back into place or whatever. So these really, really, really help. The corsets are really well made. Like I said, it's a really, really good brand. Corsettery has been published in magazines, and it's been used for all kinds of different things. And everything that they do is extremely, extremely good quality. So the boning inside of the corsets themselves are steel boning. I believe it's spiral steel boning. The reason that you want steel boning is because it's more supportive. Cheaper corsets will have plastic boning, and that doesn't give you any support at all, really. And so that doesn't help if you have Ehlers-Danlos and you need to support your spine like I do. Also, I find that steel bone corsets are more comfortable simply because like plastic boning can bend and like dig into you and like even break inside of the corset. Whereas steel boning is a lot less likely to do that. And so it's going to be more comfortable and more supportive. And then as the steel heats and adjusts to your body shape, it's just going to get more and more comfortable over time. The second corset that they sent me is an Overbust corset. You saw this in a previous video where my friend Alyssa tried it on for the first time. So this corset is mesh, which is really good for summer as long as you have like a tank top or a bamboo or cotton like corset liner to put underneath it. It's going to be more breathable than a normal corset, obviously, because it's got more holes for air. This corset I really like. It's got an inside like a ribbon belt, and so that supports your waist and helps keep the corset in place. It helps give a more defined look, which I really like. Guys, if you're like watching this video and you're like, oh my god, having your waist defined is haram, please don't post it. I don't want to hear it. I've got no energy for this right now. I'm just trying to let people know about these kind of health issues and why it's important that we use what we have to work with these things. And even if, even as a Muslim woman, like, if I have ehlers-danlos, I'm going to use a corset. Like, if I have other issues, I want to talk about this in another video, inshallah, someday, but like, if I have other issues, mobility issues, like, it's safer for me to wear pants than a skirt, stuff like that. But I don't want to get on a tangent. So this corset was a little bit harder for me to break in. I wasn't entirely sure where things were supposed to hit me, how much the overbust was supposed to cover or not cover. But after a little bit, I figured out like how it was supposed to fit on me particularly. There's padding in the front on the part that covers your breasts. And the padding actually goes down on me to about here to pad the ribs, to keep them from hurting really when you're breaking in the corset, and just from everyday wear. As you can see, you can really see where the boning is in this because they're in their own special pockets. And so here, I'll show you. The boning is very flexible. And that's so that way it can adjust to your body. Now, both of the corsets have what's called a Modesty panel, which is a little extra cloth that covers between your back and the laces. So that way when it's laced fully shut or mostly shut, it'll just be covered like this, and you don't have any like skin or weird bunched up shirt stuff going on and showing. This corset is a little bit shorter than the one that I'm wearing right now. The one I'm wearing right now goes a little further down because it's more based on a kind of Victorian aesthetic. But this one is more modern, and so that way it gives a little bit more area at the bottom, so that way you can wear like jeans and stuff. It actually looks really good if I wear it with like jeans pulled up over it, and it's just really comfortable. It's probably my favorite corset that I have right now. I just didn't wear it today because, I don't know, it didn't really match my outfit, I guess, that I kind of just threw on. And I wanted to be able to show the fact that it's mesh, and since I wear so much black, it's hard for me to have clothing that shows the fact that this is a mesh corset because it's black on black at that point. So I really wanted to thank A.W.A.R.E Causes and thank Corsettery for sending me these items. I want to apologize again to them and to everyone for it taking me so long to do these reviews. My mental health and my physical health have just been really poor lately. So unfortunately that has made posting a lot more difficult. I have one more review that I'm going to do after this video. Soon, inshallah, maybe next week or the week after, for Iman Isa, which is a brand of clothing that is owned by a Muslim sister. She sent me a lot of A.W.A.R.E, and she sent me a Somali durak and some other wonderful things. I feel really bad that I didn't get to her reviews before Eid, but inshallah I will get them before Eid this year, or not this year, this next Eid this month, and then I will hopefully do a kind of get ready with me video with the durak that she sent me to show how to wear it properly. So that's kind of the timeline, and then after that video or those videos, unfortunately I'm going to take a break from my channel and take a break from Instagram for the most part. while I focus on my health and focus on just getting everything that I need in order. Um, so thank you guys so much for bearing with me. And thank you guys for caring and checking in on me and things like that whenever I don't post videos, or when I post a video with an update on my health. You guys are always really good about praying for me and, you know, things like that. And I really, really appreciate it. Um, and I feel bad that I'm going to have to leave the channel for a while, but I just can't keep up with things, with everything that's going on with my health and the family emergencies that we've had going on. And now we're kind of moving rooms in the house. As you can see, the office that I'm in right now is kind of a mess because we're in the process of people switching bedrooms in the house and building a new bedroom and changing the office into a kind of storage room. So things are a lot crazy. So Jazakumullahu khairan for watching, you guys. Seriously, thank you so much. I'm going to post this up and maybe take a nap or something because I'm pretty exhausted and have to take more antibiotics here in a couple hours. So, all right, ma salama.